explore the eerie tales of ghost ships that send shivers down the spine when mentioned. These ghost ships have been passed down through centuries, intertwined with mysterious legends that send chills down the spines of many. They appear and disappear without a trace. Here are some of the most talked about ghost ships. Mary Celeste, the mother of all ghost ships. On November 7, 1872, a captain, his wife, their 2-year-old daughter, and 7 crew members left New York Harbor for Italy aboard the ship Mary Celeste. A month later, as planned, the ship should have arrived at its destination, but the crew of the Canadian ship Dei Gracia discovered it adrift in the Atlantic Ocean. The crew boarded the Mary Celeste to investigate and assist those aboard, but they found the ship completely devoid of any human presence. Meanwhile, the ship's provisions were enough for 6 months, and the crew's belongings remained intact. Only a rope was found trailing into the sea, and the lifeboat was missing. According to the Canadian crew, the ship's deck was flooded with about a meter of water, but it was not damaged beyond repair, and there were no signs of sinking. The Mary Celeste was then towed to Gibraltar, Spain. Why did the 10-person crew abandon ship? Whether there was a mutiny, pirate attack, or extreme weather phenomena forcing the crew to leave the ship remains a mystery to this day. Mary Celeste has become one of the most famous ghost ships in the world, largely because Sir Arthur Conan Doyle used it as inspiration in his short story J. Habakkuk Jeffson's Statement. In this short story, he speculated that behind the abandonment of the ship could lie a pirate attack leading to mutiny and extreme weather conditions forcing the crew to abandon ship. According to some experts, the most plausible explanation is that, after being flooded, the captain wrongly assessed the extent of the damage and ordered the crew to abandon ship as soon as land was sighted. However, even this explanation is not certain. This is how the Mary Celeste sailed into the legend of ghost ships. Carol A. Deering disappeared in the graveyard of the Atlantic. The mystery of the Carol A. Deering ship remains one of the greatest mysteries in maritime history. The ship, with its 5 masts, disappeared in 1921 after transporting coal and returning from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. A strange incident occurred on its return journey to Virginia, off the eastern coast of the United States. Coast Guard Brady of the Cape Hatteras Coast Guard Station spotted a person on board hoisting sails, but rough weather caused the ship to become stranded, preventing authorities from boarding and inspecting it. For days later, the Coast Guard managed to approach the ship and found that the food on board had been prepared fully, but the personal belongings of the crew and the lifeboats were missing. Several intriguing theories have been proposed to explain the mysterious disappearance of the crew members, but none have been confirmed. The mystery persists, inspiring many authors and television filmmakers. One theory about a storm was believed to be the cause of the ship's fate, before it was proven that these storms were hundreds of kilometers away from Carol A. Deering when the ship was at Cape Lookout, northeast of Caronia, USA. The fact that the ship was found not far from the Bermuda Triangle, at Diamond Shoals, where many other ships have disappeared under mysterious circumstances, adds to the intrigue. However, both the ship's last known position and its eventual grounding site were hundreds of kilometers from this infamous location. Furthermore, it's worth noting that the shoals where the Deering was stranded have been a graveyard for many other shipwrecks found, and it has been a feared area for mariners for centuries. In fact, several shipwrecks have been recorded near the coast off Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Some have even dubbed this deadly corner of the ocean the graveyard of the Atlantic. The The ghost ship the Lady Lovibond with a spine-chilling legend. The Lady Lovibond is the name given to a legendary ship that sank on the Goodwin Sands, off the coast of Kent in southeastern England, on February 13, 1748. It is said that the ship set sail on February 13, the day before Valentine's Day, with Captain Simon Reed, who had just married and was celebrating his anniversary with his wife Annetta on a honeymoon voyage at sea. According to some accounts, the ship was bound for Porto in Portugal. Despite sailors' long-standing superstitions that having a woman aboard was unlucky, Captain Simon Reed disregarded these warnings. Legend has it that the first mate's wife was named John Rivers. After the captain, his wife, and their guests celebrated their wedding under the ship's canopy, John flew into a jealous rage, killing the helmsman and steering the ship into the Goodwin Sands, causing it to sink and killing all the sailors. Another legend surrounds the Goodwin Sands, a 10-mile, 16 kilometers long sandbank at the southern end of the North Sea, 6 miles, 10 kilometers from the coast of Deal in Kent, England. The legend suggests that the origin of the Goodwin Sands lies with a haunted island called Lomea. Although there are no official records of Lomea's existence on the island, people have reported hearing ghostly bells. The UK's Lighthouse Authority planned to build a structure on the sands, and geological surveys were conducted, revealing a layer of London clay, believed to be remnants of a clay island, suggesting that the ghost island of Lomea may have existed. In the years 1798, 1848, 1898, and 1948, many claim to have seen this ship wandering off the coast of Kent, prompting rescue efforts under the belief that the ship had met with disaster, only for it to never be found. To this day, this infamous ghost ship continues to be a legend. The Octavius, manned by a crew that had perished. The ship Octavius departed from China in 1762 bound for the Arctic and became a legend in 1975, the ship manned by a crew that had perished and frozen for 13 years as a ghost ship. Subsequently, more myths than truths emerged, Octavius still being one of the most famous stories of all ghost ships. On October 11, 1775, a whaling ship named the Herald stumbled upon Octavius adrift aimlessly off the coast of Greenland. The crew boarded the unmanned ship, and upon inspection, they found the entire crew of the Octavius frozen below deck, as if attempting to escape the cold. The ship's captain was found seated at the desk. According to the sailors on the Herald, the deceased captain appeared to be completing a journal entry for November 11, 1762, 13 years prior to the ship's discovery. In the cabin of the Octavius, there was also a woman, a deceased child under a blanket, and a sailor dead with a bullet wound on his hand. The horrified boarding party only took the captain's log before leaving the ship, fearing it to be cursed and wanting no association with this accursed vessel. According to the captain's log, the crew of the Octavius had survived for a time on their journey until harsh weather conditions weakened their health. 13 years trapped in the ice had sealed the fate of all aboard this ship. Octavius completed its journey northwestward, steered by a group of deceased sailors. The last recorded position of the ship was off Barrow, Alaska, about 250 miles north of present day. The Herald found the ship off the coast of Greenland, meaning Octavius and its crew were the first ship to accomplish such a miraculous journey. The ghost ship reappears after 3 centuries with a valuable treasure. The San Jose ship has been found by the Colombian Navy off the coast of Cartagena since 2015, but it was only this year that they announced the discovery of this ship. However, the exact location of this ghost ship has not been disclosed. The ship discovered by the Colombian military is a galleon warship named San Jose, equipped with 64 cannons and a crew of about 600 sailors who were sunk by British Navy ships in 1708. Significantly, the ship contains a valuable treasure including gold coins, silver, and emeralds, estimated to be worth up to $17 billion. Additionally, images released by Colombian President Iván Duque also reveal many intact Chinese porcelain, swords, and cannons. He stated, "Our idea is to restore this ship and establish a sustainable financial mechanism for future exploitation. In this way, we protect the treasure along with the inheritance rights of the San Jose galleon." On the other hand, Spain also claims sovereignty, stating that this ship belongs to their nation and citing the UNESCO Convention on Underwater Cultural Heritage. Moreover, many valuable artifacts on the ship could have been looted from South American countries, and these countries may sue to claim their rights, making the issue even more complex.